Hey everybody, welcome back. Got more home movies that my grandfather made during the 1940s and 50s. This time we're kind of concentrating on hay baling, and I'm not sure who this person is, but they might be a relative because they use wrenches the same way I do. You always have a hammer. This tool here, as you'll see, is a bale collector. Not sure how effective it really was, but it seemed to be working. I've got some literature on that here somewhere. I'm pretty sure I've seen someone. I've been cleaning up around the place. I don't think it was made by New Holland. I think it was a short line company. These two young guys here are now semi-retired farmers, have grandkids and great-grandkids. So that kind of gives you an idea how old this film is. I'm sure this is some of their there. The reason you're seeing all these New Holland balers is at one point our dealership sold New Holland till about 1957, when the story is that New Holland came in and said to stop stocking parts for older machines so that guys would have to buy newer machines, and that didn't go over well with Grandpa, and he said there's the door, and we never sold New Holland again. But right there, that's the definition of dirty job there. This is a guy had to ride back there. This one did have arms to stuff the twine through, or the nut wire probably in this case, but he had to stand or sit back there and ride along and twist the ends of the wire together after they'd been stuffed through by the, see there, you can see them right there. So you got all that hay or straw or whatever you're making. Sure makes a nice looking bale. Yeah, I'd say it's wired, but yeah, looking at it. But yeah, he's got to twist the ends of the wires together when they get down by him. That's his job, just bouncing back there, twisting wires. Most of these balers had their own engine on them, usually a Wisconsin engine, Wisconsin dealer as well. So you could have pulled it with, I don't know what kind of truck that was there they were pulling it with, but as long as you could get it across the field. You can see we got some hills in our area. So generally it was pulled with a tractor, but I'm not sure why they didn't think about pulling the wagon right behind the baler instead of going along with this other device to pick them up, but this might be our place. I know we had a Silver King here for a while, obviously well before my time. I've seen it in some of the other home movies. Having a good old time. This part of the film here, I think it's running just a little fast. Although stuff arm don't look too bad, but they are moving right along. Dog looks just a little fast, but they're getting her done. Must be rain was coming. They could probably see it on the radar on their phones. Here they're baling straw. I'm sure from a stack from a threshing machine, stationary type thing. Just keep feeding it in. Even the girls got to help, but they still wore a dress. Yeah, here you can see them. There goes the twine or wire mechanism, as it were, to stuff the wires through for the person on the other side to, I don't know, them look like knotters, but must be a reason there's a seat along there. Those were the days. Everybody had a job. Picking the chaff out from underneath. Of course, there were a lot more farm accidents back then, too. Here we got a neat Oliver 70 pulling an Oliver sickle bar mower. I would say it's probably a 22. It's an early one just because it's red. And then that 70 is pretty unique because it's got green wheels, and there was a while in there that they did have green wheels. But it's a styled 70, so it'd have to be, what, 37, 38? I'm trying to remember when they switched. Right in there. I should look this stuff up before I make the voiceover videos. And here's something I did growing up. Of course, the equipment was a lot newer, but just climb around on it. It's like your own personal jungle gym when you could go over and check out the equipment and do a little climbing. Here we have a farm equipment show of some kind. I don't know where it was at, but there's a little bit of everything there. There's versatile equipment. If you've ever watched Mike Less' YouTube channel, he probably liked this. He is a versatile man. Of course, these clips are all pretty short because back then you didn't record for an hour at a time with your camera. International display. Of course, now we're on to the Olivers, or Oliver Combine, and look at that beautiful display. The color. Oliver really put on a nice show back then. And then a backhoe that can be run with only, well, I guess a couple cylinders. It's got a swing. Another one to run that boom. Okay, here we're back at our farm. I know right where this at. I recognize the foundation of the building there. They're just moving stuff around. Another Oliver 70. Here's the Silver King. Looks like they're putting something in the barn. Looks like a New Holland baler. Excuse me. Another Oliver 70. That's a Gale chopper there. I recognize that. They've got the blower pipe off from it so they can get it in the barn. I don't recognize that barn place because this is our place because I recognize the buildings across the road. And here that baler looks pretty brand new. It was probably at our place. Now here's something that you'll see, or I've never seen anything like this from back then. A rock picker with rakes and everything. It would have been popular in our area. As you can see, everybody's checking it out. We definitely have stones in our area, and this one looks like it would have done the job. Curious if anybody knows what make it is or anything. I would love to see something in the comments. And just like now, we have winter. A little bit of snow plowing. Okay, this next segment is all, they made a trip out to New Holland, Pennsylvania to pick up equipment. And so that's what you're seeing. This big thing, I do not know what it is. Once again, if anybody recognizes it or know, that means it's got an engine. If you recognize it, I'd love to see something in the comments. And it might not have even been from New Holland. I tried to put all these clips together the best I could from the different areas, but sometimes it was a bit of a challenge. But New Holland, Pennsylvania. So it was a better part of a day's drive out there for them to go get this stuff. But a lot of dealers did that back in the day. Saved themselves some trucking charges, and equipment was a lot smaller and easier to move back then too. I like this. As I sweep across, you'll see the New Holland sign on the building right there. Just the old trucks and everything there. This is just really neat to see this. And more. And of course, a lot of stuff was made with wood back then. And there's an Oliver. Those New Holland guys knew what was good. There's a, looked like a standard 60, probably, maybe a 70. And here's some guys loading stuff on a rail car. There's that one, I'm pretty sure, is a 60. Yeah. And crating stuff up. Lots and lots of balers. Now there's something that's gotten smaller, is balers. I'm thinking this is the turnpike here. Not sure. I think that's supposed to be a forage wagon. I think this is our truck here. It sure looks like it from the other videos. Other movies I've seen, they've got the side racks on it. Then another movie, they had the side racks off when they took it to the fair. New Holland manure spreader. This might be my dad. He would have been, you know, around that age then. Just depending exactly what year this was, but he would have been under 10, more than likely, just from everything I'm seeing here, the age of the film. He probably would have been who would have rode along with him. Now, one last pan around, and this kind of wraps up the video here. Leave you with a scene from our dealership in 1941, some hay loaders, and a full-type combine that was in the yard for sale. I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I got more of these to put together, and so keep watching. I'll have more in the future. And thanks again for watching.